Some processes are too complex for a single instruction. That's where workflows come in. Workflows let you create visual, step-by-step processes using a node-based editor. Each step is a node, and you connect them to show the sequence. When you ask the AI for help with that workflow, it guides you through each step in order. In this video, I'll create a workflow for building new files, and we'll use it alongside our coding guidelines skill to generate a node project to validate email addresses. Go to the Instructionally app, then click on Workspaces in the left sidebar and select your workspace. In the Workspace sidebar, click on Workflows, then click New Workflow. I'll name this Building Software Workflow and add a description, step-by-step process for building software. This workflow will guide the AI through a structured approach, from understanding requirements to validating the final result. You'll see a visual canvas open up. This is where we'll build our workflow by adding and connecting nodes. Let's add our first node. Click Add Node. Each node represents a step in your process. I'll create a node called Clarify Requirements and add a description. What exactly needs to be built? List the inputs, outputs, and expected behavior before writing any code. Now I'll add more nodes. Click Add Node again. Design approach with content. How will you structure this? What functions or modules are needed? Outline the plan on a markdown file. Another node, Implement with instructions. Build the solution step by step following the design. Next, add tests with guidance. Write tests to verify the implementation works correctly. Cover the main scenarios and edge cases. And finally, validate with content. Run through the code and tests, confirm everything meets the requirements. You can add as many nodes as your process needs. 5 nodes works well for this development workflow. Now let's connect these nodes to show the sequence. Hover over a node, and you'll see connection points. Drag from the output of one node to the input of another. I'll connect Clarify Requirements to Design Approach, then Design Approach to Implement, Implement to Add Tests, and Add Tests to Validate. The visual flow now shows exactly what order to follow. Every workflow needs an end node to signal completion. Click Add Node one more time and select End. Connect your last action node, Validate, to the end node. This tells the AI when the workflow is complete. Now let's click on Validate and Save button to save the workflow. Then let's tell our coding guidelines skill to use this workflow. Go to Skills in the sidebar and open the coding guidelines skill. Add a new instruction. You must follow the building software workflow. Add another instruction. Use jest when creating tests. Now, whenever the AI uses our coding guidelines skill, it knows to follow the workflow and use jest for testing. Now let's see the difference. I'll open my IDE and ask the AI to build something a bit more complex. I'll type ion, create a Node.js project with an index.js file with a function that validates an email address and returns an object with isValid and error message. Watch what happens. The AI doesn't just jump into coding. First, it clarifies the requirements, listing the inputs, outputs, and expected behavior. Then it designs the approach, outlining that it needs a validate email function with regex. Then it implements the solution. Then it adds tests covering valid emails, invalid formats, and edge cases. Finally, it validates everything meets the requirements. Compare this to our skills video. With just the skill, the AI writes good code. With the workflow, the AI follows a complete development process, thinking before coding and testing after. When you're done working, remember to type ion, let's wrap up. The AI will review everything, check that all guidelines and workflow steps were followed, and clean up any session annotations from your files. Workflows turn complex processes into guided experiences. Combined with skills, you get both the standards and the process. The AI knows what to do and how to approach it step by step. In the next video, I'll show you how to add resources to give the AI even more specific context. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.